everyone. Today we're gonna introduce ADHD and perfectionism. Welcome to episode 75. We ADHDers are perfectionists. There's no explanation to this. It's just how it is. It is embedded with us. However, being perfectionist comes with advantages as well as disadvantages. Perfectionism, when unhealthy, drives a person to exhaustion, striving for a flawlessness that is neither reasonable nor healthy. Though it may seem contradictory, perfectionist traits may stem from ADHD, an overcompensation for past errors and for feeling not good enough. Letting go of perfectionism does not mean eliminating worries around mistakes, failures, and judgment, but rather accepting that they are part of life and it's part of us, and one that can help us grow as well. Perfectionism is rarely an inevitable trait. It's not on-time birthday cards or spotless kitchen or even taxes submitted before the deadline. Perfectionism is an unhealthy obsession with flawlessness that causes people to set unattainable personal standards. Though the link may seem unlikely at first glance, perfectionism is also strongly associated with ADHD. For some, perfectionism is a psychological overcompensation of past ADHD-related errors or feeling of inferiority. For others, it is a form of self-punishment or even procrastination. Perfectionism often stems from this: incorrectly estimating the demands of a task or situation, misunderstanding when to let some things go, and inability to access the resource to help you cope with the perceived challenge. Decreasing perfectionism begins with cultivating self-awareness and adopting strategies to dissolve patterns of anxiety and negative self-talk. People with ADHD may also benefit from improving the executive functions that help them combat procrastination and other self-defeating behaviors that feed into the perfectionism. So, what are the symptoms of perfectionism? Or nothing thinking, setting unreasonable standards, negative comparisons, self-criticism, living by shoulds and not is, procrastination, fear of reluctance to ask for help, sensitivity to feedback, easily discouraged, and fear of social rejection. These manifestations may be associated with any of these three main types of perfectionism identified by researchers. First is self-oriented perfectionism. It's associated with unrealistic, irrational standards for the self and punitive self-evaluations. Second, we have socially prescribed perfectionism, which is associated with beliefs that others are harshly judging and criticizing you. The third and last is other-oriented perfectionism, associated with imposing rigid, unrealistic standards on others, not just on yourself, but on others. Procrastination is also inherent in perfectionism. However, the nature of the delay may differ. Perfectionism procrastination, avoidance procrastination, and productive procrastination are the three types of procrastinations, and you can read it in the details in the description. Decreasing perfectionism begins with cultivating self-awareness, like I said, adopting strategies to dissolve patterns with anxiety. It will also benefit from improving executive function that helps them combat procrastination, other self-defeating behaviors that feed into the perfectionism. Perfectionism acts as a maladaptive, inefficient coping mechanism for managing anxiety. Perfectionists try to avoid possible disappointment, potential embarrassment, or inevitable punishment due to failure. To prevent stress and reduce insecurity, perfectionists create and impose rigid standards that they must meet to feel worthwhile. But these high, difficult-to-meet standards that we ADHD people tend to set for ourselves can end up fueling anxiety and just the same driving a vicious cycle. In adults with ADHD, the rates of anxiety disorder due to perfectionism approaches 50%, and symptoms tend to be more severe with ADHD in this picture as well. This comorbidity contributes significantly to the prevalence of perfectionism in individuals with ADHD. That's 5 minutes. Now, I will introduce you to more of perfectionism in the next episode. Thank you for listening. See you next episode.